time to get up. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. It's time to get up!
What's good, everybody? It's been a minute since I've put out a video. The last one was the cards that I thought could get hit video. So it's been a little bit since it's been a deck profile. I'm looking to fix that again. Just was a very busy time towards the end of the year and the end of the school year, parenthood and everything. But with that being said, I can actually say for the first time on YouTube, I have a TCG Player affiliate link. That will be in the description below, so please, by all means, if you feel generous enough to use it, I greatly appreciate it. It supports me, it supports the channel, and yeah, like I said, I very, very much appreciate any use of it. But getting into the deck profile today, yeah, we're back on Belphemon. I don't think it's the worst deck of the format. It's definitely not the best, but it is a fun one. The Ukko parts that you can now use in it really add another level to it that lets you be either a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more intricate with some plays that you can do. Not fully like big braining, but it's still kind of cool with what you can do. So getting into it, playing a full set of the BT3 Demi-Miramon. The on deletion, trigger, draw one, trash one is very important for a deck like this. Now you can play the BT15 one, but I don't want that many cards in hand necessarily. Plus being able to just pitch anything really works out. And then the last egg is just one Pinamon. The on deletion, if it's outside of battle, gain a memory, that can come up. Considering that there's ways to delete your rookies on your own, why not play it? Speaking of rookies, our first level 3, of course, is going to be the full set of Proto-Geese. Proto-Geese, you can pop an egg, play it out for 1, draw a card, pitch a card, and then on deletion, float into a AT if you bottom deck 2 Geese in name. But that's been around long enough, so don't really need to go into it too much. And then to finish off the rookies, I did say Ukko, so we're playing 4 Ukko. One is to hatch an egg, gain a memory. When something is promoted out, one is going to find your pieces, like your tamers or your Digimon. Because finding them, very important. And then they can either be used to just throw into security as chip damage, or be deleted through different effects. It just depends on what you need them for. Speaking of deletion, we're just playing the scatter mode. It is at 1. It's still an okay one of, because it can just get in there. Sometimes people don't want to block it if they do have a blocker. And if it dies in security, it dies in security. If it dies to one of your other effects, it dies to one of your other effects, as long as you get those card draw and pitching. Speaking of card draw and pitching, last of the level 4s is the full set of Giz AT. On deletion, it will float into the XT, like the Proto will float into it. You can delete a level 3, much like a Ukko with a Pinamon under it, to make the cost effectively 1 in that scenario. But yeah, draw 2, pitch 2, left side. Going into the level 5s, just triple XT. On deletion will float into the Proto form. This one without having to bottom deck anything, which is nice. On play, you'll get your Akihiro out of the trash, and then it's a blocker with an okay enough size body. And then the last of the level 5s is Ostamon, the on play, because you're almost never going to see the when Digivolving part of it, to delete one of your purple Digimon. Remember, purple cannot delete Ukko for it. To Evo into sleep without paying the cost, and then the inheritable on opponent's turn when you discard a card, may play something out. That is level 4 or lower. Getting into our Belphs, we're playing full set of both of them, because you need the full set. Yeah, you need the sleep to gain the immunity, tuck the rage, and to be disruptive on your opponent's turn, and then the rage to just be swinging and aggressive on your turn. 1 to nuke your opponent's level 5s and lowers, gain security attack +1 and 3k if you meet the 6 or less requirement. And then the other one to have the battle ending protection, because if you end with the rage sideways, being able to protect it, kind of important. Or just to interrupt a swing that you really don't want to happen. Going into a utility level 6, Nidhogg. It's an okay enough sized body if it gets hit in security. We do play Gift, so if a Gift is hit in security, you can pitch a Nidhogg to gain a memory and pop a level 6. But mostly it is just there for that level, or not that level, for the discard gain a memory section. And then 3 big Ook. I was trying at a 4. I didn't feel it was needed at 4. 3 feels just fine. It's got a big body. You play it off of your BT16 Louis, which we'll get to here in a little bit. But on deletion, return all tamers to the hand, and then you may play a tamer from your hand and a Ukkomon from your trash. And then the end of turn effect, by returning a Digi-Egg to your Digi-Egg deck, delete one of your opponent's lowest level. Comes kind of in handy and is how we recycle our eggs. But with having 8 Ukkomon and the 4 Proto, kind of go through them quick. So, alright, going into the tamers, 3 Louis. It's almost mandatory to play Louis with Ukkomon. It gains memory back on your turn when something is promoted from the breeding area. Just being able to string it together for a Ukko for game potentially is a thing, or just when you're in a position where you're mostly on Ukkos to just keep churning through things and gaining them. And then we're playing 3 of the BT16 Louis, like I mentioned. This one being a mem setter, and then the main by deleting one of your Ukkomon in play and a Digimon in your breeding area, which will let you delete one of your Digi-Eggs to, for a cost of 3, play a big Ukko into your breeding area. Final of the tamers is the full set of Akihiro. I like this at 4 because it's one of your main cycling cards, just a consistent way to draw a card, discard a card, and get set up. And then if you need to, you can tuck it under a Belphemon to delete a level 6. And then just 2 Gift of Darkness, because sometimes you need to get rid of something that's a level 6 or level 7 that's being a thorn in the side. It can come out of security. We're playing 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s, so it can pop anything when delete, or if you are able to meet that discard condition. But it feels okay at 2. You don't need any trainings for this deck. Mem Boost you could probably play, and there's different points where you can cut things for the Mem Boost and they would be just fine. Analog Youth is also another option, but this deck, it flows just fine without those cards, but can also flow just fine with them. So let's get into that shuffle section. Alright, and as always, the shuffle portion. Alright, 16. Opponent rolls 10. Makes it easier when we get that. Also, don't judge me for the spin down. It's the only dice I have on hand at the moment. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Much like we always do, we'll do the 2. We'll do the 1 if we kept, and then the 1 if we mold. Because sometimes you just open a brick hand, but that brick can be fixed very quickly with, you know, just a series of draws. Alright, so we get our shuffling done. Boom. Boom. And since we've got 5 eggs, alright. Proto, Ook, Sleep, Proto, Ook. Yeah, I mean, this feels like a keep hand to me, for sure. We got 2 different Ooks, both, or 2 Protos, and a Sleep. As long as we can quickly find the rest, we're good to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so we hatch, we're on Demi-Mira. We're just gonna quickly set the opponent to 1 with a Ook. Draw into an AT, all we're looking good then, for all the digging we're about to do. Alright, let's say that, you know, they do the thing, but instead of like evoing to 1, or to put us to 1 with level 4, they play like a Mem Boost. Alright, so we're gonna draw for turn, another Ook. Promote out. This one's not going to gain memory, but we're going to flip 1, flip 2, flip 3. Honestly, with this, I think I'd rather take the AT. The Louis probably would come in handy, which is why we're putting that as the one being closer. And then we hatch the Demi-Mira. So now we got a lot of digging we can do. We're gonna start actually with the Proto. So we'll just go ahead and pop our Ukkomon for 2 memory to play out the AT. Draw big Ook, draw an XT. Alright, so we got some discard targets too. Because we will discard XT and a Proto form. And then we're gonna choke the opponent again. Okay, gotta choke. Or probably would be the optimal play, or the smarter play if we had the other Ook, would be that. But we're in an okay enough position, so we're gonna pop our egg, play out the AT, or the Proto form, I mean. Draw a card. There's a Louis. Discard a card. So now we'll discard that AT. Opponent's out 1. We still need to find some parts, but it's really awkward. Maybe now they decide, you know what, we're gonna choke. Put you to 1. That's fine. So we're gonna hatch that Belphemon now. We'll Evo into an Ukkomon. We've got the Asta. We've got the Sleep, but we still need to get a Rage into trash somehow. So then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and Louis, give 3 instead of taking any pot shots. Alright. Say they promote out, check a Nidhogg. Maybe that ended the turn, maybe it didn't. They do whatever. We end on this board. Well, we got another Sleep. That's great. If we could do anything else with it. Alright, so we promote out the Ook. We hatch the egg. We gain the memory. A lot of things we can do here. Doesn't mean that they're great things. The position of the end though, right? I think I would rather just go ahead, delete the Ook, put the big Ook in the back. Gotta get that big Ook going. So that would be for a cost of 3, but then that's gonna kick in. We'll gain a memory because that was a Belphemon that was under. And now it's just kind of questionable. So at this point, we'd send the Protomon in. Say Proto gets deleted. Proto effect 1, 2. We'll go into another AT. We draw 1. We draw 2. Oh, and now we're online. So we discard the Rage. Discard an Asta. Give our opponent 5. Delete. You know what? Be smart about this. We swing in. Maybe it lives, maybe it dies, who knows. But this one's gonna get deleted. When we put the opponent to 5, for the Astamon, draw for that because that is an Evo, and tuck the Rage. So now we're actually looking pretty good because we've got the ability to end an attack. We have a couple of different things and a couple of different choices of what we want to do. We can delete and go into a sleep mode again if we want to. We've got the Ukko that we can pitch because we're not going to be able to hatch an additional egg. But when we promote this out, we're just going to start picking away at things. That's assuming that this doesn't end the game. But if we didn't keep this hand, what would that mulligan look like? Let's make sure that our eggs are back in the right order. Alright, so we didn't keep this hand. You know, we mulliganed that. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Need to get a lower mic, get that shuffle ASMR, you know? Do our modified bridge. One last little pile shuffle, present to opponent, maybe do half cut. So then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can never get the Digi 10, but I can always get the Magic 7, right? We've still got the ability to choke our opponent to 1. We've got the Rage. We've got a couple of different things we can do. And obviously it would be hatch the egg, put the opponent to 1 with that Ukko, drawing into a big Ook, which just turn 2 big Ook might actually be the play. If we were given that much memory. That's a lot of memory to be asking for, you know? So most likely we get past the 2, we draw. We got a Nidhogg. Promote out. Ook. We flip Asta. We flip Proto. Ooh, that makes it rough. So we'll take the Asta. Might have been the wrong call. Hatch our egg. We have no additional Evo target, so we'll just go ahead and give our opponent 2. Keep the choke going a little bit more. Let's say we get past, they didn't interact and kill this guy. Yay. So then what we do is we use Louis. Crack the Ook. Go into that big Ukko for 3. Draw a card off the Demi Mira. Pitch the Nidhogg. Go back up to 1 this time. And we've got a couple different choices and avenues to go from this point. As opponent to 2, set up with Akihiro, Louis, because if we can find it, we can get into the Asta sleep next turn, or just have the big group to start doing its thing. Opponent checks this time, let's say they take 2. We go to 3. Draw. Oh, there's the sleep. We push out the big Ook. Oh, that was the draw for that. My bad. That would have been our draw. Setting up our Rage and Trash. So we go into our Proto. Draw a card, another big Ook. Discard a card. XT is always a great discard target. Because then we're going to go into Asta. Remember, it has to be a purple that you delete for the Asta effect. So Asta to Rage, draw the card. Or Asta to sleep, draw the card, tuck the Rage. And yeah, we have a very, very good presence now because we're going to pop the lowest level thing. This is going to nuke level 5s and lower. It's got the protection immunity, and if there was something to say like Rage or Raid into it, we've got enough cards to discard to protect, or if we really need to protect over here. But that is the deck, and pretty much how it functions. It's Belphemon, but with some extra bells and whistles to it. It's a lot of fun. It's not bad against some of the slower decks in the format, but it is rough against the faster decks, like I said earlier. And also, like I said earlier, if you enjoy the content, we got the TCG Player affiliate link. And again, if you like the deck, please leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike, comment what you liked, where I can improve anything of that. If you want to come and hang out with us over on Twitch at Gentaxis, we'll be playing more of the TCG on there, as well as Dawn Trail with it upcoming. But take care.